It looks like this royal favourite simply could be brought back from the dead as ever. What are we talking about? Morning, nice to see you today. Don't be too shocked by that, of course. Didn't mean to spook you. By the way, I'm glad you enjoyed our recent, a little bit longer video all about some royal history with, of course, Prince Edward as he was then, known as David, and possibly really just around the world as Edward and Mrs. Simpson, a duo that were deadly for the British monarchy. Fascinating, as I say, and it's lovely, when you meet people. I was lucky enough to meet someone who literally lived through a lot of that stuff. Incredible at those ages that they can remember things. And as we often say, it's really the memories, isn't it, that we have to capture, because once they're gone, they lived it, and then you're just relying on textbooks and things like that, and you think, is that what really happened? Yes, it's a little bit like a royal favourite, as I say, that seemingly is coming back from the dead. Now, as you know, a couple of years back now, Catherine, Princess of Wales, visited Elstree Studios, which was the home for the interiors of the brilliant Downton Abbey. A successful TV series sold around the world, beautifully penned, of course, from the wonderful man that is Julian Fellowes, who's really tapped into the sort of zeitgeist, hasn't he, of Upstairs, Downstairs, Gosford Park, the first movie that really had a lot of success with Tripped It Off. And of course, he's sometime of a bit part actor himself, starring as Kilwillie in the very great series. I enjoyed it thoroughly, set up in Scotland, Monarch of the Glen. Who remembers that? A great series, I thought, but apparently, according to the beautiful Susan Hampshire, a lot of midgets came to attack her when she was filming outside. Apparently that was one of the perils of the job. Now, Downton Abbey, according to the beautiful Michelle Dockery, is on its way back. Or is it? It's sort of swathed in all this secrecy, because it is one of those juggernauts that's done so well, not literally just on television, but at the box office too, in cinemas. And I think really these sort of movies lend themselves, don't they, to the cinematic experience, because you do look at the lush grounds of where they're filmed in the beautiful stately home and think, wow, what a place. How can anybody not like living there? But you see, they have a problem, because wanting to bring the series back, according to Julian Fellowes, they're going to ramp it up a bit into a new era, which is what they have to do each time, of course. But you see, in the last movie, yes, sadly, we lost this character, Dame Maggie Smith. Now, what's interesting about this character is she has proven to be the most popular character out of the Downton cast. There's no two ways about it. The pithy one-liners, of course, the cutting remarks, the eye-rolling. What a splendid actress she is. I've been lucky enough to meet her, albeit very briefly, and she was a good friend of the Carry On star, Kenneth Williams, and could regale you some wonderful stories about him, let me tell you. But what's interesting here is it looks like they could be doing something of a crown. That's right, remember they decided to have the ghost of Diana in the crown. But according to a very well-placed source, it looks like they will have to bring her back in some reform, as it were, memories, that sort of stuff, to shoot back to what would she have done. This is because bosses are concerned that without such a strong central character, then people won't enjoy it as much. Now, I think that says a lot about Dame Maggie's wonderful acting skills, but of course a whole new generation now have moved on, and if you want to get a new generation involved in Downton Abbey, perhaps it wouldn't necessarily be needed. But that's how nerve-wracking the world of television film is right now. They don't want to chance anything, don't want to try anything new, but the good news is that, of course, the Princess of Wales, still recuperating, might enjoy rewatching Downton Abbey, as I've been told she already does, and maybe will be appeased by the fact that even if it's only coming back in flashbacks, Dame Maggie rises again from the ashes of Downton Abbey. It is a developing story. When I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.